Brothers and sisters, welcome to African Buzz. Libya is in shambles because NATO and the West went and ruined everything, killing the president Gaddafi, only because Gaddafi was planning on introducing a whole new African currency, a whole new African monetary or African bank that would cut the IMF and all that. And what they did before, they pretended that they were friends. They actually came in and even told him to, Libya had nuclear weapons, but you were told, no, stop, using military, no, nuclear, weapons and keep them away. So Gaddafi did that. But later, not even long, they just came, entered, and killed him after they pretended that he was their friend. So this time we are talking about Burkina. When General Langley talked about Ibrahim Traore pushing a false narrative, we stood and said, no, we are not going to witness another Gaddafi. This is our person, this is our man, Ibrahim Traore. And we seen Langley in Kenya trying to push his narratives to show the people that AFRICOM is here to help Africa, but it's not. It's all about our minerals. And that is why he was complaining about Burkina gold, pretending that it matters to the people of Burkina. Why didn't he talk when the French were stealing these minerals? Did he? Are they talking about Sudan? What is happening? Are they talking about Congo? They only talk when it's not benefiting them. But now, President Trump has just sent an emissary to Ouagadougou. And this has been posted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And at the initiative of Donald Trump, the U.S. Under Secretary of State for West Africa, Will Stevens, visited the Burkinabe capital, Ouagadougou, on May 27, 2025. In the evening, he was received by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Cooperation, and Burkinabe abroad. The American envoy said he came to reiterate the United States' commitment to rebuilding solid cooperation with Burkina Faso. Some days ago, we'd seen them training some, like 7 Burkinabe, and say, oh, we are still training. And this was on their embassy's, page. So this is what he said. He said, I came today with a message from President Donald Trump, which is to work together to rebuild a pragmatic relationship based on mutual respect and respect for each country's sovereignty. We can collaborate with each other, work together to face challenges and improve our relations. These guys talk about 2 things, sovereignty, then democracy. They are democracy, which they manipulate, and sovereignty, which they have to ensure that they hold the other side of the stream. They say that country is sovereign, they make their own decisions, but the president is being controlled by them. With the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the aim was to explore different areas and opportunities for cooperation and consolidate relations between the 2 partners, with several prospects for cooperation, including the strengthening of trade relations and cooperation on the security front. Security? These people who train your people then turn against, you. We know what happened in Guinea. Even Langley was being asked this question. Like, you trained this guy. He goes and performs a coup. And this guy, when he goes to the US, he's dressed well. He's not a part of the AES, So Minister Karamoko Jean-Marie Traore welcomed this approach by the American president, who understood the need to send an emissary to the field to obtain first-hand information. The head of Burkinabe diplomacy also provided clarifications on the vision and principles that now guide the Burkinabe state in its cooperation relations, maintaining that the Burkinabe authorities are committed to building strategic partnerships that allow the building of a sovereign nations. And this is what he said. As Burkinabe, as Sahelians, and as Africans, we want mutual respect. That is Karamoko Jean Traore. This is what he's saying. We want mutual respect because, these people don't respect us. Even Traore said France sees Africans as subhumans. So we want mutual respect for our sovereignty. Africa is a continent like any other, and Africans are human beings like any other. We want a change of outlook and reading, that we understand each other, that we avoid frustrating speeches and build our relations on an egalitarian principle. The Burkinabe head of diplomacy, okay, end of quote. Then the Burkinabe head of diplomacy suggested to his American envoy, overcoming the fact that the Trump administration is beginning to understand this vision. But is it understanding? But the good thing that I understand and I know about, I understand and I know about Burkinabe, Traore, and the leaders. These guys who just watch you. Even Niger, remember when this lady came, and that's when they ended their military cooperation with the US. This lady, her name was Catherine, Mary Catherine. She came and were like, oh, what is happening? But he just said, no, leave. You have said this, leave. So whatever they are doing, if they try to do something fishy, will be like, leave. So they might just watch you. You go thinking that you have a cooperation, but you don't. But another thing is these guys come to watch. But what Traore doesn't entertain is what he learns from history. Yeah? So he doesn't entertain these people. So on the security issue, Minister Jean Traore expressed regret that in this context, certain countries, including the US, based on principles and refusing to acknowledge the realities on the ground, are preventing countries suffering from terrorism from acquiring war material and equipment. It doesn't, mince words. In response, the US Deputy Assistant Secretary of State in office since January 2025 promised to personally invest in unblocking the situation and to enable significant progress in the fight against terrorism and its financing in the sub-region. Asked how he reacted to General Langley comments on Burkina Faso, which have sparked strong reactions around the world, the American envoy suggested that he was there to send a positive message to restore mutual trust and to stimulate a new dynamic of cooperation between Ouagadougou and Washington. When they ask this question, they usually go sideways. They don't want to be like, it's him, because they know what they were trying to do and it failed. Now they are trying other things. This one goes to Kenya to try and sanitize himself and sanitize Africa. This one goes to the Ouagadougou. Good thing is, did you see Ibrahim Traore meeting him? No. Not even the Prime Minister, by the way. We didn't see the Prime Minister. We saw just the Foreign Minister. So this tells you that for them, this is not serious. But remember, these guys were in training. This is the Tarkhan 2, which I think is in Niger. This is a training that happens within the AES countries, military training. They train together, Niger, Mali, Burkina, then together with Chad, which Chad really wants to join the AES, and Togo. That is one thing they are training. Another thing is, let's look at South Africa. South African president left South Africa to go and try to please Trump. Did you see Traore going? No, they came. If you want to talk to me, don't tell me to come. And that is the problem we have seen in many African countries. When they want to talk to us, we usually go rather than coming. But in Burkina, they came. That is number one. They are gaining respect. Look at even Senegal. When this guy, the president of Senegal, Diomaye Faye, is going to France, not because he wants to talk to Macron, it's because Macron wants to talk to him. Like, I want to talk to him, young boy, come here. That's what happens. But for this, wow, this is just in line with what we usually advocate for and what we love. So kudos to you, Ibrahim Traore. You're doing great, but please take care. And in the comments, you see a lot of people saying they should be very careful. They should be very careful, and because these people usually use, they come, they go, they send someone, they use the military. Finally, you are down. We have seen in many countries, imperialism uses the same tactics. They will try what they did in Libya. They will tell you, no, We are going to help you with your military. Let us train them. But what are they training? People to expose you, people to oust you. So, Traore, your president, your leader, never make this mistake. And the kudos that we didn't see you or the prime minister, just the minister of foreign affairs. If it was somewhere in the East African countries or in the South Africa, would have seen him being received by the president. So you're doing great. Brothers and sisters, let us know what you think in the comment section. If you like to support us, we have Buy Me a Coffee link in the description and on your screen. And you have super chats, super thanks on YouTube. And we see you in the next one. Bye bye.